Hello, my name is Charles Harding, and I'm going to be showing you how to set up a data flow in Decodable. Before we get started, I just wanted to tell you how excited we all are at Decodable that you're interested in learning how easy it is to use this interface. So let's go ahead and start that. So if you want to follow along with me, you're going to need to have a Decodable account. Now the good news is they're free and super easy to set up. Just follow that link up there and you'll get to this page. And go ahead and, go ahead, set up your account. I'll wait. Just kidding. Go ahead and pause it. That's the beauty of this, of being asynchronous, right? You go ahead and pause it and pick up when you've got it set up. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the interface. First thing I wanted to draw your attention to is that we have these top level, we've got connections, streams, and pipelines. And that's because that's the three things that we make data flows out of. And in fact, the one I'm going to be working with you with, we're going to start with a connection. It's going to go to a stream. It's going to go to a pipeline and then to another stream. All right. So as you can see, I've already clicked connection here, and we see that we already have one. And you should too. This one's automatically created for you. It's currently not running, so we'll go over here to the three dots, click that, and say start. So it's up and running. Let's go ahead and drill into it. The screen for both connectors, streams, and pipelines will look kind of similar in that they'll always have this top level of where you've come from and where you're going. Now we're the starting point, so that one doesn't lead anywhere. But if you look over here, we see that our output is to a stream which has also already been configured for us. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And that allows us to get a view of the data. So we can see that this looks like weblog data. We have a single field called value. And then we have all the records. Currently, we're not outputting to anything, but we're going to fix that. So we go back over to the three dots, click there, and we say create pipeline, because that's going to be the next step. And that will take you into the pipeline creation page. It also puts in a very simple select all query for us. We're not going to be using that, but this is the pane where we put in our SQL statement. But let's see what this simple query would give us with the preview feature, because that's what this bottom pane is for. Let's go ahead and run the preview. It'll take it just a moment, but it's actually really quick. We've got the same data we were looking at before. We see that we have a single field called value. And this is what we want to parse out. We want to parse out two columns out of this data. So to do that, we're going to put in a little bit of SQL to process that. So the one that I pasted in here, as you can see, it's still coming from Envoy Raw. And I'll go ahead and I'll put this code in the comments of the video so you can just copy and paste it like I did. Anyways, you can see that the data is still coming from the same place, which is the stream, which is the previous step. Up here, we're saying that we're going to input it into an output stream, and it turns out this HTTP events has not been created yet, but it will because we've specified it. So let's go ahead and run the preview one more time to see what the effects of our little statement is. Most of you are probably way ahead because you've seen this line right here. And we've gone, okay, we've broken it out into 2 columns, a timestamp column and a method column. And this is what we were after. So we're good to go. So let's go ahead and hit next. That's going to take us in to the Create Output Stream page. You'll notice that this name is grayed out. That's because it's taking that information right off of the SQL statement that we put in. So that's going to be our output. Now, one thing we might want to do, which is, well, probably almost always a good idea, is we'll go ahead and give it our own description. And you can put in anything you like here. But anyways, we'll go ahead and give it a description, and then we'll say create stream. That'll take just a moment, and now everything over here on the left is grayed out. That means we have created the stream. Draw your attention over here to the output schema, and that matches again what we did with our statement for the pipeline. So we can go ahead and say next. And the last step we need to do is to name the pipeline. Now, you can call yours anything you want. I'm going to put in something that works for me, demo pipeline. And then you should also give it a description. And again, this can be anything you want. All right. Demo pipeline, it demonstrates the decodable platform. I like that. So let's go ahead and say create pipeline. Well, that's it. All we've got to do now is start it. So I'll go ahead and hit start to start up the pipeline. So if you've successfully followed along with me and you've gotten to this point, go ahead and slap yourself on the back. You've created your first data flow in Decodable. That's exciting, right? The next thing we're going to see here in just a moment is it's going to go ahead and we will see the input and the output metrics once the pipeline starts. Well, there you go. We've got some metrics now. So you can see, and it will update regularly. So I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you in our next video.